3 brought us Venti buffs, and now Luna 4 has brought us a brand new Hexarray artifact set, meaning that DPS Venti is not just okay now, but actually viable with a dedicated artifact set for the playstyle. In this video, I'll be going over Venti's best builds, teams, weapons, artifacts, and constellation values so that your Venti can become lore accurate. Venti is a bow-wielding Anemo character who can be used as either a support, sub-DPS, or main DPS. His burst has a very powerful crowd control that sucks in many small-tier enemies, making him the king of grouping, and while his burst is active, his normal attacks get infused with Anemo damage, making an on-field playstyle very viable and very fun. Not to mention, he also gives an all-round 50% damage bonus to any character that swirls, so he's not only great on field, but he's also good at buffing an Anemo DPS. This could include Zhao, Wanderer, heck, maybe even DPS Forazon, and in theory could even work for Chaska since it's an all-round damage bonus, not just an Anemo one. The only reason it's locked to Anemo characters specifically is because the character has to swirl in order to activate it. I have a suspicion that he's going to end up being a strong teammate option for Vaka in the future.
I came here for the moon.
But obviously that is just my speculation, so take it with a massive grain of salt. Gone are the days that you just stack EM and ER on Venti, now you want crit. For the artifact stats, you want an attack sans, a Nemo damage goblet, and a crit rate or crit damage circlet. Though, in most scenarios, you'll probably want a crit rate circlet, unless you can get above 70% crit rate without a crit rate circlet, in which case a crit damage one may be preferable. As for artifact sets, the brand new Hexarray artifact set, A Day Carved from Rising Winds, is now Venti's best option. And if you happen to pull for Columbina, then you can farm for both Venti and Columbina at the same time, since the artifacts share a domain. For alternative options, you can use Desert Pavilion with the gimmick that you have to do a charge attack with Venti in the rotation, or Echoes of an Offering if you have good ping. Since the passive doesn't proc properly with bad ping, therefore making it unusable for me. You can also use a combination of 2-piece Anemo damage bonus and 2-piece attack, as that works as well. Are you looking to top up for Columbina, Inefa, Zebai, maybe Nuvalette? Well then let me introduce you to U7Buy. U7Buy is a large digital marketplace for various games such as Genshin Impact that allows you to top up at a discounted price. They have a large variety of Genesis Crystal bundles to choose from, even including Chronal Nexus for Miliastra Wonderland. All you need is your UID and server and you're good to go. They have over 30,000 positive reviews on Trustpilot, making them a reputable option, and they're always happy to help with customer support, available 24/7. When you're checking out, simply enter my code NOTSHY to save an extra 12%. So if you're interested, click my link in the description or the pinned comment and save 25% on your next top up. With that said, let's get back into the video. As for weapons, his best in slot is his signature weapon, the Daybreak Chronicles. However, just because it's technically his best weapon doesn't mean you should feel pressured to pull for it. It's only his best by a small margin, and there are plenty other alternatives. Most of the 5-star DPS weapons will work just fine. Polar Star being really up there if you can get all the stacks, Thundering Pulse, heck, even Skyward Harp, which is a standard banner weapon, can work pretty well. So don't feel pressured to use all of your wishes on his fancy new signature in order for your Venti to be good, because he's going to be good even with other options. As for 4-star weapons, R5 Rust, which is a very common gacha weapon, is a great and easy option. But of course, these other bows also work as well, like R5 Slingshot for some crit rate, and so on. If you're someone who gets the battle pass, you can also use Viridescent Hunt or Scion of Blazing Sun as a small crit rate stat stick, but do keep in mind that their passives are a better fit for a charge attack playstyle. Venti's Constellations used to be pretty terrible, pretty bad, but now they're a lot better. Venti at C0 with the Hexarray passive active is strong as is, but regardless, I'll talk about his Constellations anyways in case you're planning to get them in the future. I had a C0 Venti for 2 years and recently got him C6, so I have some experience on how they feel power-wise. C1 makes it so that you fire 2 extra arrows during normal attacks that work like homing missiles and deal 20% of the the original arrow's damage. You also fire 2 extra arrows when you charge attack, but that's less important since you probably won't be using those often. C2 makes it so that Venti shreds a considerable amount of anemo and physical damage resistance. This depends a little bit on whether the enemy is getting launched or not without the Hexerei buff, but with the Hexerei buff it kind of just, it's just good. Additionally, while the buff is active, it also turns his skill into a giant nuke. For reference, my C2 Venti was hitting like 300k when I tapped his skill. It was insane. His burst also resets his skill cooldown, which is a nice quality of life. With C4, he just gives everyone, including himself, a big fat anemo damage bonus. He already gives a 50% damage bonus to himself and your anemo on fielder at C0, and his C4 just decides to add onto that even more. And finally, C6. Even more anemo resistance shred, plus 20% resistance shred for an element that you swell. But hey, why not throw 100% crit damage in there for Venti as well? Guys, this is it. 1,000,000 diamonds! DDLR, his C2 is a great stopping place if you're planning to get Constellations, and then after that I'd say you could stop at a C4 or go all the way to C6 if you somehow have the wishes to do so. Okay, team time! Venti is always going to want a Hexerei character in the party to take advantage of his buffs, and so characters like Durin, Albedo, Mona, and Fischl are looking to be the better options. As for team comps, his best team is undoubtedly Venti, Durin, Bennett, and Forazon, at least they're the ones that I've tested. But you can switch Durin out for any of the previously mentioned characters if you don't have him. Albedo, I'm pretty sure, gives an EM boost, so that's quite nice. Mona, especially higher constellation Mona, feels very good as well, and Fischl is a good free-to-play option. There's a really great list of teams made by Shimsetsu Oni, showcasing a bunch of possible Venti teams that you can try out if you're wanting some variety.